Am I the a-hole for throwing a cold cup of water on my naked husband? My husband has been tested for ADHD, but he doesn't have it. He has all kinds of problems that are associated with ADHD, however. He says writing lists, making schedules, setting alarms, etc. is painfully painful for him, and he'd rather just deal with occasional emergencies rather than be proactive and solve the problem. He often forgets to push the shower diverter valve down. You know, the little rod on the tub faucet you push down to make your water fill the tub, and you pull up to make the water come out of the shower. For nearly 20 fucking years, I have been asking him to push that down. Since I was literally a teenager, I have been asking him to push that fucking thing down. At least twice a month, I have a very unpleasant wake-up cold shower because I turn the water on and get a cold spray from the shower. And every fucking time, he's apologetic, and then a week or two later, it happens again. He will do better for a while, and then it slips in again. He is always telling me that he's working on it, and he hasn't been better about it lately, but somehow he's always working on it, always improving, but it never fucking stops. Today I just fucking had it. I stepped into the shower, turned it on, and had a very cold and rude awakening. I couldn't fucking take it anymore. I grabbed a cup by the sink, filled it about 3 inches of cold water, and walked out to where he was standing naked. He had just taken off his pajamas and was going to take a shower after mine. Without warning, while he was looking down, I held that plastic cup firmly in my hand, grasping it tightly. I jerked that motherfucker in a 45-degree angle to get that cold water all over his torso and face. I told him his apologies are worth the paper they were written on, and I was tired of listening to him congratulate himself for getting better when I had been asking for 20 fucking years to stop doing this shit. I told him I don't accept his apologies and the fact that it was an accident does not excuse it. I told him from now on, every time that I'm taking a cold shower, so is he, and that I refuse to be second-class citizen in my own home any longer. And if he refuses to make changes to treat me better, I will instead make changes to treat him worse, because I will not tolerate this any longer. I'm going to continue to surprise throw a cold cup of water on him every time I get a surprise cold shower. I'm tired of fucking asking/begging for basic fucking respect and not getting it, with the implication that I have to fucking put up with this forever. So Reddit, I know I'm probably an asshole, but am I a justified asshole? While your husband's 20 years of weaponized incompetence and refusal to fix a simple habit is infuriating, escalating to physical retaliation on a naked, vulnerable person crosses a massive line into abusive behavior. Declaring an eye-for-eye war where you actively try to treat him worse isn't standing up for yourself. Two wrongs don't make a right. Your actions have ill intent and have the intent to harm, while his don't. Yes, it may be weaponized incompetence on his part, and I understand that 20 years is a long time for his bad habit, but when you're around someone that makes repetitive mistakes, you learn their habits. The fact that you haven't picked up on the fact that you need to double check it makes you just as incompetent as him. Problem is, instead of holding yourself accountable for not recognizing his pattern of forgetfulness and double checking, you fully 100% blame him. This behavior is toxic and completely tanks the moral high ground you once had. I'm not saying he's in the clear, because he's not, but you're quasi-literally the same as him. The only difference is you turn to abusive behavior as a way to spite him for his forgetfulness. He absolutely sucks for forcing you to carry the mental load and consequences of his forgetfulness for 20 years. But ambushing him with freezing water makes you the primary asshole here. Instead of physical assault, you need to figure out a different way to go about this. With a couple dollars, you can literally buy a diverter for this that does it automatically. Honestly, I really just suggest some type of therapy because there's a lack thereof of respect for one another in this relationship, mostly coming from OP's side, but I'd definitely try couple counseling and probably invest in the auto diverter. Thank you so much for watching. As always, much love. Bye-bye!